Hey guys, I'm Aubrey. On this show, we explore the intersection of mysticism and the larger forces shaping our collective destiny. Welcome to The Infinite Drop. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Maybe I should welcome myself back to the show, actually. That would be more appropriate. It has been a little while since I put out an episode, and typically in the history of the show, I've had a new episode every 2 to 4 weeks, and now it's been longer than that. And I wanted to come on here and kind of fill you guys in on what I'm thinking with the show and what's been going on. I wasn't planning on recording this episode. Like, this wasn't in my mind for today, in my consciousness for today. And I got home and was like, I'm gonna record an episode. So haven't totally thought through exactly the format or the outline or like what I'm going to talk about. We may kind of dip and dive, but you're here for it. And maybe it's 10:30 at night where you're at, or maybe it's 5 a.m. I don't know. Okay. Wow. I just got done teaching a 90-minute workshop with Den Meditation on one of the systems I use with my clients. It's called Cards of Destiny. So my mental capacity is a bit like maxed out and shot right now, but I'm feeling really embodied and in the heart. And I wanted to come on here and just communicate from that place. I am so grateful for all of you who have been tuning in and listening all over the world. I haven't checked statistics for the show in maybe over 2 months. It could be 3 months. So last time I checked, people in like 40 plus countries were listening. And I know there's some new listeners because of the episode I did with David Palmer, the Leo King. And so if you're new here, I just wanted to say hi and check in. I don't know if it's like check in is the right word. I wanted to say hi and fill everybody in, whether you're new or not, on why there's been a delay in having new episodes out. So for a little background, I started this show in season 1, and the majority of people that I spoke to, the guests that I interviewed, were people from my personal network. There were a couple of people that I wasn't familiar with before I interviewed them, but for the most part, I was speaking to people that I knew. And I enjoy all my guests. Like, I've loved interviewing everyone that I've interviewed. But in season 2, I decided to kind of branch out. People had started reaching out as the podcast was getting more listeners. People would reach out and they'd say, "Hey, I'd love to be on the show." And most people, I didn't, find a fit there, but there were a few people where I was like, "Oh, this could be cool." So there's some guests from season 2 that I interviewed that were outside of my normal network. And another change between season 1 and season 2. Season 1 was all audio except for one super low quality video episode, just recorded on Zoom. And then in season 2, I changed to be all video episodes, and I was recording most of the episodes in professional studios. And that was because I had gotten like an email from from Spotify. And they had said, "Hey, your show's doing well. And if you start incorporating video, like, we'll show your show and your clips and your episodes to more people." So I thought, okay, I'll try it. And I went the professional production route, and it was really cool to learn that and experience it and have those experiences. And I had fun doing it. And I also realized that I actually had more fun and enjoyed the process of making the show more when I was just sitting here at home recording on Zoom with guests over Zoom, or recording with guests in person, just in front of a normal camera, my laptop, and a mic. Like, those, I really enjoyed those episodes. And it's a whole combination of factors. I've really kind of been feeling into it the last couple of months. Like, why did I like it when it was just more low tech? And there's just, like I said, a number of factors. One of the bigger things, which might sound silly, but like, the lights are so bright in those studios, and like staring at those lights for so long, it just really like gave me a headache, and it was hard to focus. And yeah, there was something that just, it feels more organic when I'm in person with people, not in a studio, or when I'm here at home on Zoom and they're in their comfortable space. It just feels more flowy. So I just realized over the course of creating the first episodes in season 2 that I just wasn't having as much fun. And then I think part of it also is like interviewing people that um, proactively reached out to me that I didn't have a ton of background on before. And I love all my guests. Again, I'm so grateful and it's been awesome, but I wasn't having as much fun. So what I've been realizing is that I want to, oh, and there's a third factor. In season 1, the show was all about our individual destiny. And it was really, there's kind of like the focus was through a personal lens. And then for season 2, I was like, you know what? I want to incorporate another aspect of my real life, which is the tech world. Like I work in tech and I'm fascinated by it. And I'm always like a first adopter. So I want to do it through like the lens of AI. I was like, I'll still do metaphysics and destiny, but through like the lens of AI. Yeah, I'm just not having as much fun. And this whole show is about having fun. Like that's why I do it. I love making this show. And actually, I'm looking down right here on my desk, and I pulled these out a few months ago, but these are cassette tapes, and they're dated from like a long time ago. And it says Aubrey's first radio show and like second show. And I have a bunch of these. And these are from when I lived in Los Angeles, and I was like new in college, and I lived in LA. And I remember I signed up for radio school. There was a radio like DJ school in Hollywood. And I would go, I think it was once a week. And I'm trying to remember the name of this school. They're closed now. I'll have to look it up and figure it out. But I would go to this school and I would sit at like a soundboard and I would run my own radio show. Like I learned how to run a radio show, like do commercials, like record commercials. I picked songs. It was like an AM station, right? And I loved that. Like it was so fun. And I saved the tapes, which is so cool. And I want to figure out how to get them. I'm here in Music City in Nashville, so I know it can be done, but I want to get them transferred so I have digital files and I want to like play them on the show at some point. Nerve wracking. And like when I was a kid, I would use cassette tapes and I would record the radio and then I would go back. And when the commercials would start, I would like pause the tape and hit record and use my microphone and I would record my own commercials. So it was like the music I liked on my station, but me making the commercials. So I have been doing this since I was a child. And then I tried to pursue it in college, while I was in college, I thought, oh, maybe I'll be a DJ. And then started this show. So the whole point is I love making the show. I make it because I love doing it. So when I started realizing it was coming into my awareness, like, gosh, I'm not having as much fun as I did season 1. And not feeling as inspired and it's just not feeling as exciting. And I was thinking about like the reasons why. And I was like, oh, there's some factors coming into play that if I really sit down and think about it, like I can adjust those factors. I tried an experiment in season 2. I tried experimenting with a lot of different things, going into a studio, video, different types of guests, different themes, different topics. And I'm like, I think I just liked the way it was in season 1, but I want to add video. People seem to like the video. I think, and I like it too, right? I like to be able to watch someone on Spotify or YouTube. And if I'm driving, I'll listen to Apple Podcasts. But when I'm home, it's like, if I'm like just on my phone, I'll watch Spotify because you can like turn the phone sideways and see it, like the video fuller screen. But if I'm like on the couch or in bed, like I'll watch YouTube. So yeah, I am deciding right now in this moment. I think I'm just going to do this. I'm going to start season 3. I'm just going to say season 2, great, amazing. It's in the books, but like I'm going to start season 3 fresh and take that AI lens off, take the technology lens off specifically. And like, if we talk about technology, great, but I want to go back to just the more broad-based conversations I was having with interesting people who I enjoy talking to. And I want to get back to that. So I am getting back to that. Right now is me getting back to that. So that's what's up with the show. That's what I've been thinking. If if you have thoughts or comments, I would love to hear them. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you're a listener, I would love if you followed or subscribed to the show on every channel. Like hit it on all: Apple, Spotify, YouTube. It helps so much in showing me higher in the algorithm to people who may be interested in the content. And I think it's like, I mean, the last time I checked, again, months ago, it was like 35% of listeners are subscribed or following. Yeah, just subscribe and follow. It like helps you get new episodes. It helps me. Everybody wins. And if you haven't left a review or you haven't left a comment yet, I would love it on all platforms. Like, just please do it. I would love it if you feel so inclined. And you like the show, right? 5 stars, 5 stars. Uh, yeah, so that's what's up. That's what's going on. That's why there's been a pause in the show. And what else is going on? I have a new book out and it is really cool. I think it's like 110 pages, somewhere around there. It's an ebook. It comes with a bunch of digital assets, music, guided visualizations, meditations. And it is a system. It's a blueprint for reconnecting with your body's wisdom. It's about being human and alive in the age of machines and AI and how we can get back into our physical bodies, not through thinking, journaling, therapy, anything like that. All those things are great. This is a system that uses music and movement and sound. And it's a system that I worked on tirelessly 10 years ago for a company I started called The Seven Flow, based on the 7 energy centers in the body. And it was an idea that was totally ahead of its time, like completely ahead of its time. For a short while, there was a studio in Alabama where we had, it was a 7 Flow studio in Alabama. We had teacher trainings live in person. I did events in the United States. One of my teacher trainees, one of the teachers, did events in Spain. So it had a little bit of a burst of excitement for a while. And then it was time to kind of transition on from that energy. But I am now seeing that there are a lot of people out there right now doing similar modalities. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to package up all of this wisdom, all of this knowledge that I used for the teacher trainings to train teachers on how to do this. And I'm going to package it in a way that it's for everybody, put it out in an ebook. There are journaling prompts. Like the chapters are short. It's like super digestible and you can take it and like really reconnect to your body's wisdom. So that's only $9.99. That's offered on Amazon and I have it linked below. And it comes with all the digital assets that you need to like, really fully like invest in like a little mini journey for yourself. Check that out. What else is going on? If you don't know, now you will know. I also started a publishing company, a book publishing company in 2009, and to publish my first book. And over the last 2 years, there have been 2 authors that have signed on to the press. And one of their books came out last year. It's a channeled book of wisdom by Shannon Morse. You can find that on the website, along with my first book that came out in 2009, which is just totally scandalous. It is a work of fiction, and it's funny, it's hysterical, not suitable for work, not suitable for children. Our third author, Jeannie, her book came out a month ago. Has it even been a month? Stunning hardcover book of daily meditations, reflections, poems that are just, she is an incredible writer, just like transmits energy through her words. There's beautiful watercolor illustrations in the book. It's stunning. It's called Essence, A Homecoming. And you can also find that on the website. So both of my books are on there. Shannon's book, Jeannie's book. Go on there, check it out. Support indie authors. Support this book publishing company that I plan on continuing to expand and bring in more authors. We really focus on like metaphysics, spirituality, fiction, fantasy, and poetry. Anyway, check out Avant Books. Check out Den Meditation for the workshop. Check out my book, Human in the Machine Age. What else can you check out? What else am I doing? Yeah, if you want a one-on-one session, hit me up. What else is going on? I don't know. That's kind of what's up. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow I'm back home. I was in Costa Rica for 10 days, so I've been home for about 2 weeks and resettling back into normal life, I guess, or like home base life here in Nashville. The Costa Rica trip was I'd say it was pretty last minute, and it was so great. It's the first trip I have been on I mean, I'm going to say like 10 years. It could be longer. It's probably longer. It's the first time I've been on a trip and haven't taken my laptop. Like when I get on a plane, it doesn't matter where I'm going. Like even when I get in my car for the day, I usually have my laptop with me. It's like just in case, just in case. I work for myself, so it's always like, what if a client needs me? What if I get an email or something's due or I have calls? And I just decided this time, it was actually one of my clients' ideas, one of my monthly cosmic clarity clients. And she was like, why are you taking your laptop? Like, why? She's like, go have a vacation. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. And I canceled all the calls I had and told people like I'll be back. And it was so wonderful just to be in my happiest element, which is the humid jungle at the ocean. Just I'm at my happiest. And it's like clear, warm blue water, and I was swimming nonstop, surfing, riding an e-bike, no 5G that I'm aware of, like my phone was saying 3G. Just not all the roads are paved, like dirt roads, in flip-flops and bikinis and flowy dresses, the freshest food, chillest vibes, sunsets on the beach every day, super luxurious bungalow hotels with like cool pool and like lush vegetation everywhere. It was just a fantasy. And where I went in Costa Rica has a ton of yoga studios and sound baths and a lot of that health and wellness going on. So just had such a great trip and I really needed it. And I'm glad I went, and I'm glad that I pulled my consciousness and my brain and my spirit out of default world here and away from technology. I think I posted on Instagram maybe 4 of the days I was there, maybe 5. I don't know. I think like less than half of the days I was there. And for like 2 days, my phone, like it wouldn't charge. So I just like wasn't using it and it was off. And it felt really good. And then coming back home to Nashville, it's been awesome. It's great. I love it here. And also, I'm like, damn, there's a lot of ease that comes with living more simply and not always being immersed in a net of 5G and having screens. Like I have a big monitor here, I've got a monitor here, I've got my phone here, I've got a huge screen out there, another screen in the other room, and screens in my car, screen in my car. It's just a lot of fucking screens, you guys, like so much. And I've been doing a really good job. I'm really proud of myself. I've been really pulling my energy back, and like this has been like over the course of a couple of years, but way more intensely over the last year, I would say. Really pulling my energy back from all of the sort of tertiary relationships in my life, those secondary and third layer relationships, really pulling my energy back and not engaging as much or if at all, because I'm feeling so acutely just how much energy me, but it's we. I know this isn't just a me thing. How much energy typically we are just bleeding out because of all of the relational dynamics we're managing in our head and our bodies at all times. And so I just started pulling back from that. And maybe nobody's noticed. I'm sure some people have noticed and have feelings or thoughts about it. And I've just become okay with like people are going to have feelings and thoughts about it, and that's okay. And that's, you know, that's part of life. And it feels really good to do that. So I've been a lot more, just dialing things back. And part of that is also like just way slashing back, like the content I follow, who I follow, what I'm checking, what I'm paying attention to on my screen every day, and how much time I'm getting in nature every day, right? Something I do like every morning, absolutely every morning. Like this is an every morning thing. I go out into my backyard barefoot and I'm in the grass and I'm looking up at the sun. And then 50% of the time, I'm eating my breakfast on my front porch, like looking at the sun. Different times a year, the sun is at different places. So, like right now, where I'm at, I used to go in the backyard and get the sun right away. I still go in the backyard, but now it's for the feet in the grass and like taking in all the pretty flowers and the trees, and there's birds and deer and all kinds of cute things happening in my backyard. And then I go to the front porch to sit in the chairs because that's where the sun is now this time of year, earlier in the morning. So I'm really just prioritizing things like that and moments like that throughout each day and trying to bring a little bit of Costa Rica back home here to my day-to-day life. So yeah, I'd been to Costa Rica. It'd been like it'd been like over 10 years since I'd been to Costa Rica. And I'd never been to this part that I went to this time. And I was like, man, I really like it there. It feels really good. Actually, a couple of my close friends here I told them I was going and they were like, we want to go. And like the next day they bought tickets and like they came down a couple days later. So I had some friends there too. It was fun. And then of course met people down there, which is always fun, travel friends. Yeah, so that's what's been up on this end. Anything else? I've been rethinking my businesses, and really feeling into how to streamline things even more and more, like how to streamline things more. I'm like a serial entrepreneur. I love creating things. It's so fun. Like I have so much fun with it. And I'm also at a point where I've stopped to kind of take inventory of all the things I've built over the years and all the things I've created and the things that I've brought into the world. And now I'm like, hey, how can I like repurpose and share this content? And like, how can I put it into a system that feels cohesive for people? So it's not like you do this and that. Like, how do those things match up? Like, for example, I do the metaphysical stuff and intuitive and cards of destiny and that side of things. And I also am a brand strategist and consultant on tech marketing, and I work in the AI and tech space. So there's a lot of different sides of me that I enjoy cultivating and working in, areas I like working within. And I'm also feeling called and have been felt called for a while now to begin creating more of a cohesion between things. So I've been spending good chunks of my day feeling into that as well. So I think that's it for now. I wasn't planning this. What are we at right now? 26 minutes, 27 minutes. I've said a lot in this episode. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's frustrating to hear frequently. You guys, I've missed being here. I missed chatting with you. I'm coming back. I'm just figuring out who's going to be the first guest for season 3. You'll know when I know, I guess. I guess I'll know a little bit before you. That's actually not true. I will know before you know, but I'm going to make it sooner than later. That's how I'm feeling right now. Sooner than later. I hope all of you are doing well. If you want to get a hold of me, you can send me a DM on Instagram. You can book a session with me. You can check out some of the stuff I talked about in the show notes. And yeah, take care of yourself. We will be seeing each other sooner than later. Talk soon. Bye. Peace. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and stay immersed in the infinite drop.